Hello everyone, and today I'll be reading Xiao's Listener by me. So let's get into it. All Xiao really wanted was for you to be alright. That's all he wished for, ever since you started dating. You reassured him many times, and honestly, the thoughts of you getting hurt, the thought of something bad happening, more and more as the days passed by, it only stayed in the back of his mind. And most of the time, he could even end up forgetting about it. Forgetting about all the worries he's ever had. With your smiles, your reassurances, and promises of being okay. Though he has hurt many people without meaning to, but this time, he trusted you. And he trusted himself. Xiao thought that for once, he had the right to hope and to wish for a better life. But all of that, he did without knowing that things, sooner than he would ever know, would take a darker turn. And he would end up doing things he never imagined he would do. It was during the lantern rite, right after the celebration. And it was then that there was some dark energy spotted, and apparently it was an experiment by the Fatui. Xiao wanted to eradicate the monsters, but it seemed never ending. No matter how many he took down, they kept coming back. More monsters surrounding him from every direction, and he had to kill them ruthlessly. But hours went by, and the attack never stopped. That's until he found him, spotting him. His energy was flowing around, and you could even see how his mind was in a haze, unaware of his surroundings. And in this ruthless mindset, as he took down monster after monster, he spotted you. But he seemed to be unable to register who you truly were, or what was going on. Xiao, stop it. You need to listen to me. We'll get help, but we can't do this alone, he said, holding him by the shoulder and trying to get him back, get him away. But he didn't listen, only struggling, and even pushing you away. Get away from me, he whispered, trying to push you away. But the longer you touched him, the more you felt like something was coming over your head. This strange feeling. Your mind, unable to see things as clearly as it once did a few moments before. And then, it felt like you were starting to get consumed by this energy, and you let out a scream. That alone was able to snap him out of his haze. And the mask slipped off as he stared at you. From Xiao's own point of view, everything seemed to go in slow motion. The monsters coming at you slowly, and you clutching your head and letting out a scream. The look in your eyes so unfamiliar and so terrifying, so unlikely of you. And suddenly you were getting out your catalyst. Attack after attack, trying to hurt him, but Xiao just kept on dodging. Oyan, please, calm down, he had yelled. No matter how many feelings there were in his heart, no matter how raging they were, and no matter how much the guilt consumed him, knowing he was the very reason behind the way you were behaving right now. He was the one who scared you. He was the one who drove you to get here, to try and rescue him, only for you to get consumed by this dark energy. He doesn't know if he'll be able to snap you out of it. And if he can't, it will then be his duty to take you down. And that alone made his heart shatter. With every shout, with every scream of your name, to awaken, to see him, to snap out of it. That it was difficult. None of his calls getting to you. Until you had hurt him. In an attempt to actually stop you, Xiao tried to hold you by the shoulders, shaking you, trying to get you to focus on him. Wayan, stop it. Look at me, he shouted, only for you to attack him. He was done bleeding, and he was hurt. And that's only when your eyes cleared up, and you could see Xiao's arms. One arm curled around you as he held you close regardless, and the other around his wound, trying to get you away from the monsters that were gaining on you. Even though you tried shaking away from his grip, and though you were tired, he didn't let you, holding you close and teleporting away from the scene. He would tell Ganyu to deal with us. The first thing he knew after he teleported was that Xiao was laying on the floor, coughing, and he looked close to passing out. But even then, Wayan, are you okay? I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. It would have never happened. I'm so sorry, Wayan, he whispered. And yet, he couldn't keep yourself from crying and holding his hand. Shut up, Xiao. None of this is your fault. I was careless, and I hurt you. Damn it. Wait a moment. I'll get Baizu, he said. And he made sure that he was okay, before leaving him quickly and getting Baizu as soon as you could. That's when he took care of him and tried healing him, giving him herbs and whatever he could to help him feel better. He treated you as well. However, you refused to rest, watching over Xiao for as long as you could, no matter how many times Baizu told you that nothing you could do now would improve him. He just needed rest and care, and he was getting them, whether or not you were watching over him. Still, you couldn't turn your eyes away, and you couldn't stop yourself from feeling that guilt. His karmic depth had affected you, and he himself had been scared of that moment for so long. He didn't know it would be like this. He didn't know it would feel like this. That this is how he feels sometimes, and this is what he fights with. But now you understand him much better. And frankly, you love him even more, because you know how much he has been trying, and how hard he has to fight to keep the two of you safe. And now that you understand him better, you will take care of him. It's your turn to make him feel safe.